A long shot. Hard salt beef starts the next morning as Dunk goes around trying to find someone who remembers Sir Arlan of Pennytree. One by one, the lords he fought for do not recall him. The last lord, Leo Tyrell, the ancestor of Margaery Tyrell, tells Dunk, "I remember him not, man," as he spits to the side. Dunk is crushed. No one seems to remember his former friend and mentor. Egg asks Dunk if Sir Arlan was a shit knight being the reason no one remembers him. Dunk gets all defensive and denies this. This exchange is interrupted by trumpets, which signal the arrival of the Targaryen princes. Egg all of a sudden gets anxious and makes an excuse to leave for their camp. Some vague excuse about thieves sneaking around. Dunk meets the king's grandson, Aerion Brightflame Targaryen, and this guy is a piece of work. He acts just like his appearance, an arrogant piece of shit. Their interaction lasts not even a minute, and he calls Dunk dumb and a sorry excuse for a knight. Aerion walks off, leaving his horse to wander off. That horse kicks and injures a stable hand. After Dunk calms the horse down, he meets two Kingsguard, Sir Roland of Crakehall and Sir Donal of Duskendale. They converse briefly, and Dunk finds out that Donal is the son of a crabber. If the son of a crabber can rise to a position like the Kingsguard, why can't an orphan from Flea Bottom become a famous knight? This encounter inspires Dunk. He's going to ask the princes to vouch for him. Maybe they can remember Sir Arlan. And why not? What does Dunk have to lose? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. A colossal favor. Dunk sneaks into the castle through a door that was left open. He eavesdrops on Baelor and Maekar Targaryen. Maekar is in a sour mood. His sons Daeron and Aegon are missing. Baelor, also known as Breakspear, tries to reassure him that they're merely delayed on the road. Dunk continues to listen, waiting for an opportunity to interject when he's accosted by a girl. Her name is Gwyn Ashford. She is 3 and 10 years old, and the tourney is in her honor. She calls Dunk big and stupid before she pretends to hit him. She runs off like the bratty child she is. Maekar notices Dunk, who comes out and makes a stumbling but heartfelt appeal to the princes about Sir Arlan of Pennytree. Surprisingly, Baelor Breakspear remembers the old knight. He recounts various jousts and tilts against Sir Arlan by other lords, even reminiscing of the 4 lances they broke before finally unhorsing Sir Arlan. Dunk corrects him, saying it was 7, before realizing his mistake. He apologizes profusely after realizing his mistake. A lowborn does not correct a highborn, much less a crown prince. Baelor Breakspear is not bothered. He accepts the apology with a relaxed attitude, saying no harm was done. Dunk is then asked on what the Grey Lion's real name is. The Grey Lion was unhorsed by Sir Arlan at a tourney many years ago. When Dunk answers Sir Daemon Lannister, Baelor is satisfied. Baelor, with a zen-like attitude, confirms with Plummer, the master of the games, that Dunk will be allowed to participate in the lists. After a few more facepalm blunders on Dunk's part, he turns to leave. Baelor stops him to say that he must pick a new sigil. Since Dunk is not related to Sir Arlan by blood, he cannot use his coat of arms. That is the law of the land, the Ashford Fair. Dunk and Egg watch a puppet show performed by Tanselle and her troupe. After the show, Dunk gives her 2 copper pennies, as Egg asks how she made the fire. Tanselle does a brief demonstration, after which Egg asks her who built the big puppets. She says her uncle builds them and she just paints them. Dunk, seeing an opportunity, asks Tanselle to paint his shield. Dunk wants the field to be the color of the sunset. Egg suggests an elm tree, like one by the river, with the brown trunk and the green branches. Finally, Dunk says a shooting star above the tree. And just like that, Sir Duncan the Tall has a new coat of arms. After a few more facepalm blunders on Dunk's part, Dunk and Egg leave the tent. They get drinks, and Dunk wonders if he screwed things up with Tanselle. Egg reminds him that she is painting his shield. Dunk gets recruited by the Laughing Storm for a tug of war. Egg, being the supportive squire that he is, helps in the best way that he can. They win, and things are looking up for Dunk and Egg. Armor for a horse. With the tournament starting tomorrow, Dunk needs armor and a helmet. Sir Arlan's armor is so small that it will not fit Dunk. If you remember in the previous episode, Egg was wearing it while on Thunder. That armor was so small that it looked like it belonged to Egg, not Sir Arlan. Dunk finds a blacksmith and asks for a price. The blacksmith, Steely Pate, quotes him 800 stags, which is 798 more than Dunk has. Dunk tries barter in kind by offering Sir Arlan's armor, but the man declines. Feeling sorry for Dunk, the blacksmith drops the price to 600 stags, saying that he can use the metal to make new armor if it's not too rusted. Dunk agrees. and pays him 2 silver stags to hold it until tomorrow. Dunk, having no choice, sells Sweetfoot his white palfrey. Dunk is sad, having to sell his horse, and promises to buy her back if he wins. Sacrifices must be made on his journey to become the champion of the tourney. Dunk and Egg get drinks, while Dunk is starting to doubt himself. Egg, on the other hand, complains about a bug in his cider. A loud horn blows, signaling the start of the tournament. They run to see the exhibition. Prince Valar Targaryen is introduced, and he jousts along the other knights. The tournament is exhilarating, with knights breaking lances and squires running to replace them. Knights performing all sorts of extraordinary feats, such as picking up a dropped shield while riding a horse. All sorts of chaos ensues. It's a phenomenal display of horsemanship and jousting. Reality hits them both in the face like cold water. Dunk realizes that these knights are elite. They are clearly much better than him, that he has little chance of winning this tourney. Egg also has a realization. Squires have to be strong enough to bring lances to their knights, and he's doubting his size. He looks at his hands and asks to be put down. Later at the camp, Egg swings around a stick while Dunk is deep in thought. He tells Egg that honorable knights don't die and get buried by the side of a muddy road with no witnesses. Not even a priest was present to perform the last rites. Sir Arlen never won a tourney and was hardly remembered by the ones he served. Dunk says he is Sir Arlen of Pennytree's legacy, and tomorrow he will show them what Arlen's hand has forged. My thoughts on this episode. This episode had to do with Dunk's loss of innocence and inexperience. He slowly comes to realize that Sir Arlen of Pennytree was not that great of a knight. He tried to live nobly and by a code of honor, but he kind of fell short of that standard. In the beginning of the episode, as Dunk tries to find someone to remember. Sir Arlan, we get some flashbacks of his last days. We didn't need to see that full frontal, but whatever. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Every start of an episode will have a gross scene. We'll see what happens in the next episode. Sir Arlen was paying a silver stag for the night he spent with a whore. Dunk is ashamed but says nothing. We also see that Dunk is a better fighter than Arlen. Was it old age or weakness? Possibly. Dunk and Arlen share some hard salt beef under a tree as it rains. That was Arlen's last meal. Sir Arlen of Pennytree was a drunk, a hard man to know, and used whores on occasion, but he tried to raise Dunk under chivalric code, even though he fell short of it. Dunk is saddened by the realization that no lords remembered Sir Arlen, even though he served and received wounds in their service. His mentor never won any tourney, fame, or money. Arlen left no legacy behind, except Dunk. Dunk vows to be remembered. He vows to show them all Sir Arlen's legacy, to show them the discipline that forged Dunk. My favorite new character is Baelor Breakspear. This is the Crown Prince and Hand of the King. This guy is someone to remember. He is effortlessly charming and relaxed. He is not like other Targaryens in either temperament or appearance. He has dark hair, not white like the others. He is calm and patient to the extreme. As soon as you watch him, you can't not like him. He has such a relaxed, zen-like attitude that everyone agrees that he will make a great king one day. He listens patiently to Dunk and surprisingly remembers a mediocre knight like Sir Arlan. He remembers their joust. That is something rare. When all the other lords and knights didn't have a second thought for Arlan, Baelor actually studied his history and his ability. Baelor even gave his armor and horseback with no ransom when he won. His brother Maekor is surprised that Baelor knows a random hedge knight from decades ago. Lastly, the Crown Prince is just. There's at least 3 separate occasions when Dunk's blunders could have landed him in big trouble, possibly even death. But Baelor was understanding and didn't take it the wrong way. The prince personally vouched for Dunk to participate in the tourney. His brother Maekor was in a terrible mood. It's understandable since 2 of his sons are missing. We'll see how he'll act in future episodes, but he was funny in this one. Aerion Brightflame Targaryen was an enormous ass when he's introduced. Not even a minute of screen time, and I hate his character so much. He's the son of Maekor, and I did not get the same vibe from his father. The arrogance and entitlement was only from Aerion. He's clearly the villain of the series, and I can't wait to see how the episodes unfold with this story. Another character that I didn't like was that bratty child, Gwyn Ashford. The tourney is in her honor, and she knows it. Her character was expanded from the book, where she doesn't even have a name. I can't believe they made her bully Dunk, calling him big and stupid. She even pretends to hit him before running away. What an annoying little child. I didn't hate her per se, but I found her funny and a bit annoying. Anyway, that's all for now. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Thanks for watching.